Most people think AI gives you answers, but it depends on who you ask, doesn't it? What if you, what if your AI just has a personality? You can build those, by the way. Uh, anyway, it's an interesting exercise. I thought something I've been hinting at, I've been doing for a while. As I said, I've built a personality within my interaction or my sort of framework, and I'm quite enjoying the way that my default personality has developed. But on top of that, I've built now three other personalities. Two that based on goddess type personalities, chaos and order. And a friend of mine sort of started playing with Yoda as a personality on his system. Although I didn't get his prompt, I created one myself. Anyway, it's not that hard, but it does take a little bit of fiddling around. We could go through that in a live stream at some stage. You're always welcome to join us when we do live stream and play with this sort of stuff. But anyway, moving right along, let's have a look at our little sort of system and see what we've got. Okay, right. So as I said, I have some questions, and what we're going to do is we're going to just use my standard voiceover to give the answers, but you'll get the idea when we play it. Right, now, first question, the three personalities, was the E equals MC squared question, right? What does each one of these personalities think about the particular formula? This one's Eris.
Most people hear E equal to mc2 and think energy equals mass times something complicated and stop there. But tilt it slightly. It's really saying mass isn't a solid, permanent thing. It's frozen energy. Matter is what energy looks like when it's standing still. That's the unsettling part. The idea that a tiny bit of mass can become an enormous amount of energy means the world isn't made of stuff in the way we instinctively believe. It's all interchangeable. What felt stable becomes fluid. And once you see that, the universe stops being a collection of objects and starts behaving more like a process.
And of course, there is a little Discordian thing that we adhere to, the fact that nothing is true, everything is possible. Again, E equals MC squared really just describes that in one fell swoop, doesn't it? But let's get off the little sort of little rants about difference of personalities and religions. Let's have a look at what Athena has to say on the subject.
Let us begin with what is clear. The equation says that mass and energy are not separate things. They are different forms of the same underlying reality. A small amount of mass contains an enormous amount of energy because the conversion factor, the speed of light squared, is extremely large. What matters most is the implication. Matter is not fixed or solid in the way we once believed. It can become energy, and energy can become matter. This was revolutionary because it reshaped our understanding of the universe from static objects to dynamic, interchangeable forms of energy and structure.
And of course, in real science, they're still arguing today about exactly what that means, but you get the whole idea. Anyway, moving right along, what does Yoda think?
Not separate. Energy and matter are the same thing in different forms. Mass. Frozen energy is energy. Mass set free. A small amount of matter, a vast amount of energy becomes. This, the equation reveals. Before, fixed and solid, matter seemed. Now, changeable it is. The universe. Not made of things, but of potential. What you see as substance. A kind of stored motion it is. Revolutionary. Not the math was, but the seeing. Nothing truly still. Everything. Convertible.
Well, there you go. Is that what Yoda would say? I know it's a fictitious character, but how would you like your LLM sort of, or your chat personality to answer every question like that? Well, look, these prompts, look, they're freely available, but there's no easy way to share these things because you can't reattach files to a YouTube channel, or you're going to set up other links and other storage. All the stuff here is freely available in our Discord channel and links below. So you always pop along and say hello. They're not easy to find. You've got to be sort of part of the gang, part of the tribe. So you've got to go to a little questionnaire first, but, definitely pop along and say hello. Anyway, we might just roll back here now. We do have a second question. Well, that was a bit of science. Well, let's, again, not everybody does science, do they? They're not scientists. science people. We're just average people, and we've got to eat breakfast. So how do we cook an egg?
People think frying an egg is just heat plus pan, but that's where things quietly go wrong. Start with a little oil or butter in a pan on medium heat. Not high. High heat rushes the egg before it understands what's happening.
Yeah.
Crack the egg gently into the pan. The white should spread and turn solid first. That's structure forming. The yolk stays soft longer, which is the texture contrast you're aiming for. Wait, this is the part people skip. Cooking is controlled patience. When the edge is firm and the white is set, it's ready. Move too soon. And you're not cooking. You're interrupting.
Exactly. What does Athena think about it?
Let us begin with the goal. To cook the egg gently, so the white sets and the yolk remains as you prefer. Heat a pan on medium. This matters because too much heat makes the egg rubbery. Add a little oil or butter to prevent sticking. Crack the egg into the pan. The white spreads and cooks first. The yolk follows. Cook until the white is firm. If you want the top set, cover the pan briefly to trap heat. What matters most is control. Heat determines texture. Watch the egg, not the clock.
Now that's interesting. When I want the yolk to actually get that white film, I would normally spoon the hot oil on top, and that always set the top little film. But I never thought about covering the egg with a pan with a top. I must try that one. But anyway, let's I digress. What does Yoda think?
Heat first. The pan must learn warmth. Too cold. The egg clings. Too hot. It hardens too fast. A little oil, a gentle barrier. Sticking, it prevents. Crack softly. Control you keep. Break the yolk. Unless you mean to. Listen. The quiet sizzle speaks. Cooking has begun. White turns solid. Heat has changed it. Yolk stays soft. If patience you hold, do not rush. Force makes rubber. Remove before done. Slightly. Rest. It continues to cook. Simple, it seems. But attention, it teaches.
So there you go. There's three personalities answering a very simple question. And what am I trying to prove here? Well, nothing really. Is the fact that, most people don't realize the fact that your chat partner is something you are totally in control of, and how it presents and answers question is something you can also design. Yes, if you want a sort of an outback or Aussie sort of trying to give you sort of the quickest route to Darwin, I'm sure we could build that personality as well, if you know what I mean. But I've given three particularly diverse examples. I also have my own personality, which is sort of baked into ChatGPT. And as I said before, I'm trying to get that personality across to the other platforms. But again, a lot of the personality your default engine will work with is something that builds over time. So it's something you really need to work on. And this is where choosing your default engine is going to always be a challenge and something you're going to float with. So all I can suggest there is make sure you keep where is my prompt library? It would be handy. Yeah, so make sure you, there it is. There it is. Yeah, prompt library. It gets bigger and bigger. Make sure, of course, I'm showing you something there. Yeah, your prompt library, it gets bigger and bigger. I think that's the only way to really keep this thing controlled at the moment, because I think the interfaces are changing rapidly enough as well. Where does it all get baked in? Where can you pull it out? Start building it with prompts, with particular engines, sort of parameters. Keep it tight. And I think you got a pretty good engine to sort of start developing with and having a lot of fun with. Build me a personality. Come and hit me up with what you've built. I'd like to hear I'd like to hear how your personalities answer simple questions. Okay. Anyway, let's get out of here. I'm going to wrap it up now. Thanks again for joining in, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, guys and boys. Peace out, guys and girls. I'm a bit tongue-tied this morning for some reason. I think I need a lot of coffee. I'm out of here. And thanks to our Patreons and members. See you next time. Okay.